Hello viewers, you are watching International Wild. Kindly subscribe our channel and press the bell icon to get notification of the latest uploaded videos. Russia's lower house of parliament has voted to raise the maximum conscription age from 27 to 30 years old from January. The first man will be required to carry out a full year of military service. The new law will also ban men from leaving Russian territory from the day they are officially summoned for duty. Indeed, the maximum age for men to be conscripted has been raised from 27 to 30 years. It means that starting from next year, the draft age in Russia will be from 18 to 30 years, so all men who have the Russian citizenship have to spend 1 year in the Russian army within that new age range. Previously they were called up for compulsory military service from 18 to 27 years. Meaning that the upper age limit is increased from the current 27 to 30 years. So initially it all started when the Russian Defense Ministry appointed a proposed rather changing the draft age. Last year, they were planning to raise the minimum age as well from 18 to 21 years and the maximum one from 27 to 30 years. So now we see that the minimum age for the army remains the same, 18 years, not 21 as they promised. So people feel like they have been cheated and we're waiting for more reactions to come. And also the state due increase today the fines for conscripts if they don't turn out when they are summoned. Plus their adopted amendments to ban conscripts from leaving Russia from the day these summons was sent to their work or university. So next step, the document should be approved by the Federation Council, then signed by President Vladimir Putin. It's quite obvious forces don't have enough people. Russia is now wagering its special military operation Ukraine, and no one knows how long for and when it's going to end. Reportedly the latest spring draft was not quite easy as many young people in the current conditions wanted to stay as far away from the army as possible. So according to some researchers, expanding the age of conscription will increase the number of conscripts next year from nearly 7 to more than 9 million people, and it seems like that won't be enough either, because there were reports that in some Russian cities, there were advertisements in the Uzbek language in the public transport inviting migrants to sign a contract with the Russian army too. The Russian Navy says that it has repelled a Ukrainian drone attack from the sea. The Kremlin says the attempted strike was on a patrol vessel in its Black Sea fleet. The Russian Defense Ministry said it happened while its vessel was monitoring shipping in the southwest part of the sea. The UK says it has information that Russia is planning to expand attacks in the Black Sea. A week of intensive nighttime attacks on the port city of Odessa and increasing concerns here in the city that a culturally important heritage sites such as this one are now falling victim to this war. This is a cathedral right in the heart of the city that is protected by UNESCO. This was damaged on Sunday. UNESCO has condemned this damage. Also condemnation coming from President Vladimir Zelensky of Ukraine, who's also been very critical of targeting of Odessa's grain exporting infrastructure, its ability to export food, which has come under increasing attack. There's also been concern about a more recent attack on grain handling facilities down near the Danube River and the border with Romania, which is particularly concerning given the fact that Romania is a member of NATO. As a gateway to one of the few sea routes for grain shipments from Ukraine, this remote southwest corner is one of the country's most strategically important right now. We are invited by Nebulin, one of the largest grain exporters, to see its rapidly expanding facility. Like most other companies, it used to rely heavily on main Black Sea ports, such as Odessa, heavily targeted recently by Russia in overnight missile attacks, which also cancelled the grain deal that had guaranteed limited exports. The advantage of these facilities is they feed directly into the waters of friendly neighboring NATO countries. Grain is loaded onto vessels here and then sent down the Danube River, the border between Ukraine and Romania, and then out into the Black Sea, except now the ships are in Romanian territorial water and safe from Russian attack from less than 2% of Ukraine's total food exports. Before the war there's been a more than tenfold increase down the Danube. Truck driver via Kislev never used to take this route, but is now one of thousands of drivers coming from all over the country. Thanks for watching your own International Wild TV. Please give us like in the end and leave your comment so that we can also improve ourselves and bring much better content and videos for you.